mean, I went all the way through school thinking, why am I different? Why can't I be like the other girls? I desperately wanted to be, because it would have just made me fit in. And I pondered about that all the way through school. And when I realised, it was strange. I didn't really think I'm going to go to the doctor and I'm going to start this process, because I didn't really know what to do. So I just thought, who can I talk to that might have some knowledge on what I'm feeling? And it occurred to me for the doctor, but I was kind of too afraid that before I was 16 he would have to relay it back to my parents, so I didn't bother before, and so I just waited until I turned 16, and then the day after I went in to see him and I described how I was feeling, and I asked him, is this normal? Like, I was honestly expecting him to say, like, maybe we can get you some counselling or something, like, there's nothing big, this is fine, but the fact that he just went, yeah, that's fine, you're trans, I was like, what is that? And he said, well, when you're born in one body, but you believe, you're meant to have another, you identify as male. And I was like, oh, so I was already unprepared for someone to sit me down for weeks on end and say, you've got to think like a girl and act like a girl and this, that, and the other. And that's exactly what I was expecting to happen. But instead, someone said, no, it's okay what you're thinking, it's perfectly fine, and we're going to do something about that. So I was so relieved. I remember as I left the doctor's room, he said to me, I just want to tell you, you've got to bear in mind nothing happens overnight. So I said, okay. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason I left thinking, I'll give it 10 years. And if nothing's happened in 10 years, then maybe then I'll have a meltdown. But until then, I'm happy with where I'm at now. I'm happy that what I'm feeling is normal. And I'm just going to, go through this journey as strong as I took 8 years for me to get to London and actually have an appointment by which it was... I got to a point where I thought, I can't do this anymore. I was really struggling, and I was buying testosterone online, which was a majorly bad idea, and I always strongly advise that people don't do that. But not only a few weeks after that did I get my first appointment in London, so it was like, I wish I just held out a little bit longer, but the fact is I started taking it without prescription anyway. But yeah, I had my appointment in London, and a year after that they prescribed me the testosterone. I remember when I got it and I thought, right, okay, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to inject myself with testosterone, I need to research to make sure what I'm taking, how I'm taking it, the best ways to do it, the effects it has. So I remember sort of endlessly researching, but there wasn't much information online about it. And the little information I did get didn't make much sense, but I kind of pieced together, maybe if I take this amount every other week or whatever, then that should be okay. And if you're going to inject yourself incorrectly, the best way it could have happened was the way that it went for me, was to not take enough, because taking too much can be really harmful. So it was quite lucky that I underestimated what I needed, really.
And what happened when you started taking enough?
A lot of changes came really, really fast. My voice had already started breaking, but it went lower, much lower, when I was prescribed it. The facial hair came through really, really quickly. Like the moods were harder to control, but still able to control. And probably the one thing I noticed most was the sex drive, I guess, going absolutely mental. that was hard, because it was so out of the norm for me. Like, I was never like that, but yeah, it was just, and I the one thing I've noticed over the years is that I've just got super lazy with my thinking. I don't know why. Like, as a female, I would overanalyze everything and be really sensitive to everything, and now I'm just literally like, don't care. Yeah, I'm like, there's always tomorrow. What are you panicking for? Don't worry, I kind of like it.
I think you said to me that you've got one more op left.
Yeah, one op. I've had 6 so far, so the one operation left and that'll be it. It'll be done. Providing all the healing goes fine, then yeah, once I'm 8 weeks post-op and I'm given the all clear, then I'm off to live my life. No more waiting.
And you're looking forward to that moment when it's all done?
Yeah, when it's all complete, I can't imagine right now what I'm going to feel like. But I know obviously relieved will be one, but I don't know whether I'm just going to cry when I get signed off from the gender clinic or what. I don't know what's going to happen, but I literally cannot wait. I just want to live. I just want to be me and just live my life.